This drip all on my body, soaking wet the Sani. Looking like a walking liquor, you can tell I'm grinding. Rolling back was full of loud, I can't hear nobody.
What's up, fuckers? Episode 5, The Beer Latte Show. I'm the host, Steve.
I'm Nick.
Danielle.
Today is brought to you by Atco Brewing Company. That's ATCO. We have 3 beers to try from them. First one, New England IPA, Full Send Slammer. Nick, what are you thinking?
It smells really fruity. I'm hoping that the taste relates.
It does.
That's a good beer.
That is pretty delicious, actually. Really good.
It'd be good at summer.
It would be. It's a 6.2%. Nothing too crazy.
No, that could be casual. You could have that with dinner and be fine.
Casually get fucked up off it, but it's actually really good. Smooth. Really smooth. Not so bad at all.
Yeah, it doesn't hit too hard. It has a great blend of flavors.
It's actually no aftertaste. It's slightly odd, actually, for an IPA.
That's why I went for a bigger drink right there.
And it's not bubbly. That's what I hate.
Sean, when you're listening out there, one of the owners that hooked us up with these, fucking delicious. Next up, we have Caboose Juice, 6.5% alcohol in it. That's hitting more like an IPA.
That's pretty sweet.
It's sweet, a little bit more like an aftertaste though, like a regular IPA. Not really certain what they're blending it with, but I'm a fan.
Yeah, that's really sweet. I don't know. I'm almost tasting citrusy a little bit to it.
Yeah, like grapefruit.
Yeah, I was literally about to say grapefruit. I'm tasting like a hint of grapefruit, maybe orange. It's good though. Like this is really sweet, but I like being in the 6% range because you could have more and you could have it during your meal and then after.
Yeah, it's good. And then the last one, probably my favorite name, is called Bitch Mode.
Or is it called bitch mode on off?
Well, I
think they're highlighting the on, so we're about to get bitchy with this.
It's like bitch mode on.
Yeah, it's on.
This
you know,
one,
they're calling it a coffee cream.
Yeah, the coffee cream.
Imperial coffee cream, I'm sorry. Potentially an ICC.
Yeah, trademark.
Trademark ICC. 8.5% alcohol in it.
I think this one would be my very, very favorite, but pairing it with the other two.
Not bad.
It's not, it has a hint of coffee. I don't think, it's not like overpowering coffee.
No.
That I taste.
No, you can certainly taste it though, in like an aftertaste of coffee.
Yeah, like the coffee is sitting on my tongue the longest.
Yeah.
Out of everything.
Nice hint of it.
I like it because I like dark beer, so that would be my favorite, I think.
Yeah, but it's not really, I guess a dark tasting.
No, it's not dark.
When you guys see the pictures on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you will see that it's certainly not a dark beer. They all kind of look similar.
The lightest one, yeah.
Yeah, but it tastes like a dark beer.
Yeah,
yeah, it does, but light.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a light dark beer.
A light dark.
Yeah, well, it's like
light,
a dark,
like,
dark beer, but it has the cream in it that could be.
Yeah.
That must be why it's lighter.
Yeah.
So Atco Brewing is down in Atco, New Jersey, and you can get to their website at atcobrewingcompany.com. It's ATCO Brewing Company.com or Atco Brew Co. on Instagram. Well done, guys.
I'm like thinking which one I'm going to be like sipping for a while now. I really think I'm going to be jumping on the Caboose Juice for the rest of the night.
Yeah, Danielle, what's your favorite?
Well, like I said, I think my favorite would be the bitch mode, but I surprisingly liked the one with the gorilla on it.
The gorilla is Full Send Slammer.
Yeah, I think actually I would drink that. Totally. I would definitely drink that one.
I'm like really into this Caboose Juice.
That
one is just so smooth. It's I don't know. Well, I'm a big sour ale fan, and it's like the sweetness that's coming off of it is like.
I did have an opportunity. Maybe I'll have to go back down. I had a couple new sours, and I chose not to get them because I didn't know how anyone else here felt.
Oh, sour ale is like my number one beer choice out of any other
might
type
have to
of
pick
beer.
up a couple sours moving forward,
but the sweetness is what gets me. Is that's what sours really have is this sweet tartness to it, and like I'm getting that from this Caboose Juice. It's not even hitting like an IPA anymore.
No, it's good. They're all really good. I think Full Send Slammer
that you
or
like
Caboose.
that one so much. And I feel like these two are very similar, the Caboose Juice and the Full Send Slammer?
Full Send Slammer. Yeah, Caboose Juice actually is really good. Super fruity. It's actually
Would that be your favorite?
No, I have to try it again. Let's go with the Full Send Slammer.
Yeah, try it again.
Yeah,
try it one more time too.
Yeah, you gotta knock back a whole can to know.
Yeah, see that one's good. Caboose Juice is a lot fruitier.
I do like the Full Send Slammer, but to me, I could taste more of it being an IPA than this Caboose Juice. This Caboose Juice, again, if you're someone that's not fully into IPAs, this Caboose Juice can easily get you into the door to the world of IPAs.
Yeah, no, it'll work. And like I said, it'd be a good time to drink it, maybe in the middle of the day, hanging out on the deck or something.
Yeah, this is a good, like Caboose Juice is a good like lunch beer.
Yeah,
and a little sandwich. Where like this Full Send Slammer, you could have like with dinner, and
I'm going with like a steak or something.
Then got bitch mode for dessert with the coffee.
Yeah, because at that point you've been drinking for the last 6 hours and you're already fucked up.
Yeah, so why not throw an 8% on top of it?
Go with an 8.5, have a little bitch mode and get fucked up for the rest of the night.
I'm into bitch mode.
She might already be in that mood right now. Who
I'm
knows?
already into bitch mode.
So today we are going to be talking about what we feel potentially could happen, I guess, after death.
Yeah.
Or also thoughts of
What
you know,
happens after you
ideas.
die?
Yeah, what happens after you die,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
after death. Well, yeah.
Yeah. What's your ideology behind death or behind the afterlife?
Right.
And does your ideology have any religious values to it and whatnot?
So Nick, what are your real thoughts? And again, they could be multiples.
Yeah.
And we can run through them if any of them make sense to an extent. But
Yeah, like I almost want to say like the narcissist in me just wants to say like, this is it, one and done. Do what you need to, because there is nothing like far beyond this.
meaning this life?
Yeah, you're here, you live it, and then you're dead. Do what you want to do within that time, because you don't get more chances.
So you're saying like what, go to heaven and then just hang out?
No,
Kind of
see-
like your spirit up
No,
there?
he's just saying you
No,
die.
I'm saying we're spiritless.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's my thought process, that there is no more. We are just a bunch of, firing electrons. Our brains are literally just a sack of meat firing electrons in liquid that produces life.
A fucking sack of meat.
That's basically what a brain is.
It is just matter.
So it's like, once we're done, we're done. So to me, thinking about the afterlife, like, and all that shit, back in the day, I'm talking about like back, like Mesopotamia, like pretty far back, the afterlife was a way to explain unexplainable. And it still is today, but it's also a way to like almost scare the human race into having good morals. Like,
Not always.
yeah,
depends
but
Well,
on
he's
your-
going with heaven or hell, basically.
yeah,
is what
Right,
you're saying.
which
Oh, yeah.
which a lot of you go back all the religions, all the mythologies, they all have heaven and hell. It's all
Yeah,
about,
they all have their version of.
Yeah, you do good shit, you get rewarded later on. You don't get rewarded now. You
Right.
you suffer now, but you're suffering so you could get a reward later. Like it's a good thing that you're suffering. Like keep on suffering. We want you to suffer, because all that suffering, all that pain will eventually lead to your internal glory. But if you live a selfish life, a life all about giving it to me, I'm going to do what I want to do to reach my happiness, I don't care about anything else, well, that's going to lead you to damnation. So you don't want to be going that way. So I want to see how religion paired the afterlife was a way to basically almost control masses into not doing shit like genocide and not murder, not raping, not doing all this, all shit.
That makes a lot of sense.
that
A way to
is-
control people.
Yeah, as a way to be bad, because you want rewards. Everyone wants a reward system. We're just saying,
Yeah, my dog loves treats.
we're just saying the reward system will come later on in life. It's not necessarily like you're rewarding your soul. You're rewarding, yourself in the afterlife, instead of, being stabbed with a pitchfork and lit on fire for all eternity.
Yeah, who wants that?
I mean, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Right, obviously. I mean, maybe somebody does, but I hope not.
But even in the Bible, even in the Christian Bible, it explicitly says you need to be born again. So perhaps there's some truth to it, and it was literal, not figurative.
As far as what, born again in the afterlife?
Well, because
Or you go in reincarnation?
now you have that. Then you have your born again Christian segment, and so that being said, the born agains feel born again in Christ. But I feel like when that was said in the Bible, that it means to literally be born again.
So you're
Reincarnation.
So you're saying reincarnation?
Right.
100% everyone's reincarnated, or?
Well,
Well, I mean, if I am, then everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
well,
makes
yeah,
sense.
but
like
just asking.
recycled. Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm asking, like, where do ghosts come into play?
Maybe they're stuck. I don't know.
Between, like, they
it's
didn't
that-
get the
it's that
chance.
purgatory.
Like, I kind of thought reincarnation made sense. On some of the shows we saw different things, and, maybe you could become something else. But then I was like, what about ghost?
Well, okay. So then you're talking about two totally different things. Ghosts are just an energy.
Weren't they somebody, though?
Right. But energy, like as though if I turned out this light and it didn't get dark quite quickly enough for us, our eyes.
But how can a ghost stay forever if that person's dead and was reincarnated? Like, because they're reincarnated
Because of
into
the
somebody
energy
else?
that it took up. So, for instance, let's say you walk through a room that you've gone through. Like, let's say you walk through our living room, and our living rooms looked pretty similar for the last, let's say, 3 years. But before we moved here, somebody else's imprint was here. So you walk into the room, and now you're seeing the room exactly the same way that they had it, because their energy, the energies of all those, everything's made up of energy. Everything's made up of, we talked about this last time. So the imprint of that energy is just stuck. So that's what a ghost is.
So an energy stuck in time forever, a person's soul would be reincarnated or their spirit reincarnated into something else. But that
Possibly,
past life could be a ghost still because they had unfinished business.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to
Well,
help
I
you
don't
out
know, we're
with
just
the
talking it
question
out.
that you had. Yeah, no, I mean, these are not my particular beliefs, but I'm just saying, like, if you're talking reincarnation, perhaps that person's soul could have moved on and that was just a loop of energy that just continued to play, and you're seeing that because energy is energy. It does have existence. It's there, and it's not exactly what we see. We see things that we have to see. We perceive things in a certain way, and as you know, we all perceive things differently, but that table is no different than your human body. And that's true.
That's crazy.
I know. It's crazy, but it's scientifically true.
No, this table hasn't moved, hasn't gone to work yet.
Right.
Hasn't paid this fucking bills here yet.
Freeloading ass bitch.
Yeah.
Right, but it doesn't have to.
Well, fuck it. Guess what, guys? I'm a table.
There you go.
I'm going to call my boss tomorrow. I am sorry. Today I'm a table. I will see you when I feel untable-like.
But if you want to say that the ghost is there and trapped in a certain loop as well, maybe it didn't reincarnate. Maybe it's in such state of fear.
Right. Maybe that spirit easily, I could just say, has unfinished business. It's not happy with how things ended. Therefore, it's trying to finish something and hasn't gotten the chance to reincarnate yet.
Or just holding on to the belief that they're stuck here on this particular earth in this particular time. And because time is non-existent, time doesn't exist. So, I mean, right there, you're talking, this thing is stuck in infinity. And then once it's released, I guess it can go on to multiple lives. And I don't know how it would become released. I'm just throwing that shit out there.
I've never heard of a ghost that's been released.
I don't know either. I don't know any of this. I'm just trying to explain to you how that might work.
Nick, what do you think about ghost? Like, you think ghost is do you think that's a possibility after death? I know you said.
Thing. When I said, like, my one side is just like, we got one life, we're all done. But then there's the shit that I do believe that's unexplainable.
Right, like then what? So then just nothing.
Then I throw my hands up and just say, hope I'm wrong. Like, I'd rather be wrong than, well, I mean, most of us are going to be wrong because how many religions have there been in the world and only one can, like, technically be right. So the vast majority
Or they could all be right at the same time. They're all rooting for the same thing, really.
They're all similar in one way or
or
another.
all wrong in the same time.
I think they all just handle it in a different manner.
Would that be fucked up if it was just like this was it?
Well, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
If this was it, it wouldn't matter.
I guess it wouldn't because we would not know anything else, so it doesn't fucking matter.
But why not be good until... Well, okay, so we know the Romans have changed the Bible, and we know the Bible was never supposed to be changed, but the Romans did change the Bible. So,
well, yeah, the Bible wasn't put into, like,
isn't that just a book of stories anyway?
Well, it wasn't put into its form that it is now till Constantine decided to just basically make the Bible in, like, the 400s, like 400 years after Jesus' death and after all the things were written. Constantine held a committee. He was in Rome and basically came together to make the Christian Bible. And they picked and chose which prophets or storytellers that were to be allowed into the Bible. So there were passages that they specifically excluded that they didn't think related to their beliefs at that time.
Which, when you say born again, that could have went on and on for a really long period of time, but they wanted to cut that out because they needed to control the population. If you think about it that way, when Roman times, they needed to control the people. They couldn't have these willy-nilly people going around going, well, I'm going to be born again. I'm just going to go around killing my fellow Romans. They needed to control the population, so they...
So you're thinking trying to instict fear in them
because
by saying, like, hey, man, you're not going to be born again. You're just going to be stuck in hell.
Right, because Hades is actually like a garbage pit. So, like, if you really look into the Bible, there's some really weird shit going on.
The fact that you can even tell the Bible, like, is just awkward in some parts because they bring up Hades as an entity, even though technically in Christian lore there shouldn't be a Hades because Hades was technically Greek and then stolen by the Romans and called Pluto, but then technically reused again. Like,
well, yeah, everyone's looking for a scapegoat of bad people. This is where you're going to go, and this is the person.
Yeah, well, because that's the other thing. You want consequences as a human being. If you see that some...
No, I don't.
Well, not on yourself, no.
Well, you do. On your fellow man.
Yeah,
but
if some guy, you see some guy kill, like, a bunch of, like, people, a bunch of kids even, you want to know that person, you're like, yeah, we'll do whatever we can in this life, give justice, but you're also hoping that he will have more justice in the afterlife, that guy will be punished forever for the sins that he committed.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, especially on a personal level.
Yeah, I just hope he just dies. Like, we just kill them. Whole separate subject. The people that are just on death row for fucking ever, that are truly proven beyond any doubt that they did something, should just be fucking killed. My taxes should not go to supporting them. But that's
and
a
that's
whole
an
separate
eye for
thing.
an eye, and that's why we stopped shit like that.
It's a completely separate subject, but I'm highly against that.
Yeah, but you got a lot of people on death row that are innocent. We're finding.
That's what I'm saying.
How shitty is that?
I'm talking proven.
Right.
Yeah, we just all stopped it because there are people that we electrocuted to death, and then 10 years later we're like, oh shit, that dude was good.
Yeah, and there's still people on death row to this minute.
But yeah, hell is always about getting justice. Where in a world where the unfathomable happens, and you just want that person to suffer for the rest of their life for it. You want like they did something bad. You want them to feel bad for not only their life, for all eternity. You want those 7 rings of hell or 9 rings, wherever the hell Dante wrote.
I don't even know those rings.
In the Inferno.
Yeah.
I was going to electively choose that book, but I could never take it out because everybody had it. And you had to read it.
Nick, you're going with nothing happens.
Yeah.
This is your one fucking shot, and
I'm
then
going
nothingness.
I'm going with nothing
then
happens.
Cardboard box, because Nick wants to go out in a cardboard box in the backyard.
No, it was going to be plywood. I was going to go.
I'm
That's
grabbing
just his
cardboard
sack
for
of
you.
meat. His sack of meat is going with cardboard or plywood.
Well,
but his spirit is nothing.
Yeah, it depends where I get how they ship me to whatever university. But I guess it could be in a cardboard box like a pig.
Right, wrap you in plastic so you don't leak.
Yeah.
Little waxy of a cardboard box, so in
and
case you do
they
leak.
just send it to Yale or something.
At that point, he's not meat, he's gelatin.
Just for everybody here, if I die for any of you, put me on a ship, light it on fire, and send me out to sea.
Viking style.
Fucking Viking style.
Yeah, there's probably so many laws against that. I'm not
Yeah,
doing
but you could
that.
probably find
Unless you
like
just
It won't
say,
happen.
well,
he was a fucking Viking, how dare you?
yeah, maybe not sea, but we could
I-
probably find like a lake that we could do before the cops get there.
How about
Yeah, with my
this
luck,
is-
I get my fucking, I'll hit a wave, I'll flip back over, I'll tumble back up my burning body on the ocean, on the beach. Way to go, guys. Thanks.
the best we could do is do a regular ass funeral for you, and we'll drink that Viking beer.
No.
That was
You
pretty
can
good
drink
stuff.
it.
Yeah,
You can drink it. However, send me out so I can go to Valhalla.
you're not going.
Valhalla
to
Valhalla could be correct. We don't know. The awkward thing with if Valhalla is correct is that Vikings said if you died old, you don't go to Valhalla. They were
It's a true man right there.
yeah. They shunned basically aging. Like that you die in battle if you
There's
don't.
your population control.
Yeah, if you don't die in battle, then you don't go. You don't go
After
to
we
Viking
go rape
heaven.
and pillage everything, you better die young,
Yeah.
you jerk.
In Viking lore, if you became old and just died of a heart attack, and it's like, oh well, sucks for Grandpa. He doesn't get to go to heaven.
I mean, what's stopping them?
He
all
raped
from
and
just
pillaged for
killing
way
each
too
other
long.
before the time?
Well, that's not very noble.
Yeah,
That's
that,
just silly.
that just sounds like suicide with extra steps.
You don't have any elders. That's dumb.
Well, they could still be correct. That's the whole thing. You don't know. No
There's
one knows
there's
which.
probably elders there. They're like,
Yeah.
not to like no pun, but like grandfathered in.
Well,
All right, I'm going to tell y'all that I asked my grandmother. We made a pact that after she died, she'd come back and tell us. And my grandmother died when I was like, I don't know, 15, 14. She never came back. I mean, she came back in dreams and shit, and I introduced her to friends, and she'll tell me if she liked him or not, but she never told me if what it's like after death. So I'm thinking
maybe there's
she's still around.
Or there's a rule book.
And there was no death.
There's a rule book like, hey, don't fucking tell anybody about our secret clubhouse.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, entry is pretty like it takes a lot to enter that club.
Yeah,
What death? It takes death.
right.
That's a lot
So
to some people.
what about those books and movies and so based on those people that almost die or actually do die, come back and then they say like they saw it.
Oh, yeah, I've read plenty of those.
So what are they seeing?
Well,
Like what are
They're
you
all
thinking they're
seeing
seeing?
pretty much the same thing. Even children, they see a light. They see sometimes
That's
they
an operating
see
room.
some sort of tunnel. Most of the time, what they're seeing is they're appearing above themselves and not noticing that that's their body that they're looking at.
That'd be pretty fucked up.
I've read multiple books on this. I've watched a lot of topics about this, and I love the topic. And
Yeah, because that happens. I don't want to say often, but now with technology, there's a lot more stories of that happening.
I have a
Movies,
book about
books, all
it
that other
happening
said.
to only kids. So I mean, how do they get that
Didn't they recently do last few years we saw a movie?
with children?
I want to say a child died and came back, or the
movie.
or the parent died, but
Oh,
based on a true
yeah,
story,
it
based on the book.
The Sixth Sense.
No, it
No,
was a
no,
movie.
no.
It was a Christian type of movie or something.
We
I
saw
think,
it. It
like,
was really
Julia
good.
Julia
Yeah, it was
Roberts
crazy, and they
in
tell you kind of like what they claimed to have saw and all that stuff, and who knows?
I don't know that we saw the movie. Did you see the movie?
I think we rented it after it came out, obviously, out of theaters.
I gotta look at what the movie was.
Yeah, I forget. So what about those, Nick?
Well, no,
Liars?
That's what I'm saying. There's what I think has happened, but there is the stuff that I just can't explain. Like those people that, may have seen something, like died and came back.
That's not to say they're wrong.
Yeah. Or like
Who knows? Maybe it's just a fucking dream.
Yeah.
Like last episode.
Or what we
Had a
talked
crazy
about
dream.
last episode. I think it was last episode about people who were able to like recollect like a past life or whatever, like
or multiple past lives.
yeah, like I can't explain those. Like a kid that was able to explain how he was a pilot in the U.S. Army during Vietnam or something. I can't explain that kid.
But then you're
He's
being
unexplained.
like, you're still in your theory, so it's like your theory has no give or take. Or do you have another theory as a backup? Because I kind of feel like you didn't know which way to go in the beginning of our conversation.
I feel like you're on the fence.
But I'm definitely more towards there's nothing.
To be fair, I don't even have a fucking fence. I don't know where to go with this.
I'm definitely.
Everybody has to have a theory. What are you hoping for?
I think I'm hoping for like a heaven where I just get to enjoy all the people I've met and new people and just be happy.
Okay, but then if you're consistently happy, you have to have known sadness. And apparently when you die, you don't remember this life.
Isn't there theories that...
You have to have an opposite of each.
Oh, isn't there theories that you keep coming back until you've lived every scenario type deal and then you can be in heaven? Or you keep going back and you have like a choice. Did we see something like that maybe? We had a good, it could be fictional obviously. We had a choice of like keep going back, keep doing things until you've like reached happiness or whatever it is. Then that's when you're in heaven.
I mean, there's so many different things we've seen. I don't remember that particular
what
one.
happens if there's a heaven? You go up there and they're like, you want to go in? Or like, you want to try something else out?
Yeah, you want to roll the dice again?
Oh, it's even better. You don't get to choose.
I would rather no choice.
I'd probably just choose heaven. Then I'm like,
Then to know my past soul chose this life. Dude could choose anything. He chose this.
Because of certain things that you've gone through and certain things that you need to go through.
Oh,
perhaps.
And again, I don't remember this late. I don't remember anything apparently. But there was that lady we saw. I don't know if it was on YouTube, TV, and she's like a motivational speaker, but she really believes in reincarnation like big time. And she sees someone like disabled or like severely handicapped or something, and she just walks by. She goes, "Oh, you chose a hard one this time." Yeah. Remember her? I don't remember her name.
Her, but I
know
a little
fucked
things
up.
like that.
I'm gonna say that.
That's a theory.
Yeah, but that's what she believes that shit like through and through. And if you like,
a lot of people believe that.
You see someone like that messed up, and you're like, I guess you really wanted to know what it was like. You chose a hard one this time. God bless you, type deal. And like she's like, that's what she's like into.
Yeah. Oh, there's religions that believe that. I
gotta find out who that was.
Even the Buddhists might even believe that. Like
that's a very masochist thing to believe. Like, what I'm gonna do next life? Just sit in a wheelchair. Like that's what I want.
I feel like that's
unless you have
kind
like
of
a
the way I
checklist
believe.
of things you have to do. And that's one of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like you need to, experience everything before you can have, forever happiness. You have to try it all. You could be the rich guy, you could be the poorest guy, you could be handicapped, you could be this, that, whatever, until you've done everything, and then, and only then, can you enjoy the afterlife.
What if we had to? I remember we went to some amusement park. I forget where we were last summer, and I'm looking around, and you guys had left me, and I'm looking around at all the different types of people that there were, and I'm thinking, in my views, you have to feel compassion for everybody, no matter what they've done, no matter what lifestyle they are, no matter what religion, no matter what. That's how I feel in my heart. So I was thinking, what if we have to continuously come back into every single person that we seen? Like, what if it's just a never-ending quest of consistently coming back into every human being? And that's why we should feel compassion for every single human being.
That would take forever.
Yeah, but what's forever when there's no time? It could have already happened all in one circle, one foul swoop. It's already happened and already did happen.
How does that work if someone's in sales, they see a lot more people than you?
No, I don't
or eventually
mean
you'll
the
be
people
one of those
that you're
people.
just seeing. I'm just saying everybody on Earth.
Well,
I could have been George Washington. I could have been you. I could have been Nick. And I'm just talking to different theories of myself.
Now that I think
you are
about
me
it,
and I am you, and that's the song, the Beatles song.
Right, but that's impossible because the population's constantly growing. So where are these other spirits or souls or whatever coming from?
Yeah, that's
Like
always
year
my
after
question.
year, there's more and more billion. There's
There you go.
7 point whatever billion right now, and then next year it could be 7 point a higher billion, and then 8 billion. Like, so how do you can't?
Well, this isn't the only
No, I'm just saying. Now that I'm
existence
thinking about
in
it,
my thought.
Wait, again, that's like my always like thing against
so that can make Nick make a lot of sense.
against like reincarnation, because at one point there were only like 1,000 people, but
Yeah, but-
somehow there's now 7 billion. So there's only 1,000 souls, but now there's 7 billion souls.
Well, yeah, that's if you know,
That's if you're
it's-
counting people. That's if you're counting here on Earth. Like, what if there's souls in plankton? And what if there's souls in the most minute things like sand? We don't know.
that'd be weird.
It would be. I'm
Man,
just
last
saying,
year
like,
I was a grain of
theories.
sand. People used to sit on me. Now here I am. I get to sit on them.
I mean, I don't know. You never know. I
It's a
was going to write a
thought.
book about it, but it would have taken forever.
Oh my god.
I know. I was thinking
Yeah,
that
I'm
would
gonna
be a
take a sip
great
of my
book.
beer now for that joke.
No, I really was. That was going to be my thought. I'm going to write this book. What if you have to just continuously come back? And at some point, you realize
It'd be amazing if
Shit.
if you were able to remember it and you kept adding to the book.
You'd
And
be
now I'm so and so.
never-ending Groundhog's
Yeah.
Day.
Imagine how thick that book be.
The book is just like been being written for like millennia. It's just like,
That is
oh
some
shit,
crazy
my
shit.
book.
Or because, yeah, exactly, that, and the fact that, oh, I was mean to this person in this lifetime, and there I am being mean to me now, and now I understand it. Kind of like purgatory, how people feel about purgatory. Purgatory, I don't know if you've never read the Bible. I don't know if you have, but do you know what purgatory is?
Well, I mean, it was devised before the Bible.
But do you know the theory? Can you tell Stephen? Or
It's just the middle ground.
yeah, the middle ground.
Yeah.
So in the middle ground, you're just sitting there waiting for whatever happens.
So we know Nick is going with nothing happens. I'm still undecided. Potentially I'll have a stronger theory by the end of this. Danielle, where are you at?
Okay, so I have two. One is kind of comical. Well, one I just told you about. That was my newest one. That was my trippiest one.
Which is, oh, you have to be everybody.
Yeah. What if?
That'd be fucked up. Or really good. I don't know.
Right. And my first and foremost was obviously you die and then you go to heaven or hell. Obviously, I believed that for many years because I was Christian.
Right, which is more so in addition to Nick's. Like, this is your one chance, and then
And or.
you have, instead of nothingness, you have this or that.
Yeah.
Right. But then I thought, so we just spend eternity in heaven and or hell and then we're just stuck there. So that kind of bored me. I don't know.
I mean, unless you get to enjoy
It just
everything.
seems
I mean,
like-
stuck in hell, yeah, obviously it's terrible. If I was stuck in heaven was this thing that it's amazing. I get to do anything, do everything I ever wanted, and see all the people that I, always knew and loved, and meet people. Then it doesn't sound so bad.
Well, what if you can do that in between lives? Like, you don't have to come back right away. You can do whatever you want. You are just that eternal energy. And you can, like, remember I told you about my dream where I was just like floating and then I made everything up. I created a land. I created people. And I realized that, now I am the creator of my own life. We do create our own lives.
Can you then create additional souls or spirits, and that's how we get additional population?
See, you're thinking too much into it. I feel like...
Well, I'm just trying to get past the fucking people keep multiplying.
Because there isn't only Earth. There isn't only Earth. These souls, if
So
you think
let's
about
say
it,
that-
there was no souls in your reality. If you're going on this kind of whole thing, in that whole aspect, there was two people. They were put here by God, Adam and Eve.
According to that one story I heard.
Right. Well, where did the souls come from then?
Well, yeah,
They came from a place.
Well, that's always the question, because if we go with science and say that this whole universe started from the Big Bang, then that Big Bang then also technically created souls?
In
I'm
theory,
not saying that.
potentially.
I'm not even saying there was a Big Bang. Maybe there was multiple Big Bangs. Maybe there's Big Bangs going off all over the place.
Well, yeah, it's how people are made. Duh.
No, I don't know. I don't know where souls are made or where they're coming from, or we're all energy.
So maybe you're going with, and I don't want to go on a tangent of aliens, but let's say there's a giant universe or multiples, and a different planet someone's on could then choose to live here, and that's how things can be reincarnated here, and that's how the population could be growing.
Yeah, they don't even have to be living on a planet. They could just be souls living in nowhere. Just like when you
Oh,
think,
right, yeah, or they didn't choose to go back
when you
yet.
think of
and
in
they're
the
like, you know
Bible,
what?
there
I'll
was
try Earth.
when you think of in the Bible, there's still angels up in heaven that are not man and they're not woman and they're just angels.
I didn't do that part.
Okay, see, so you're not even coming from a theological aspect. You just don't have any opinion.
Yes.
So
My opinion on that is yes.
Well, yeah, but
well, because even in certain religions, they have the Akashic records, and it's I guess, a theoretical book of everything, every lifetime that you've lived.
It's all theory because none of that can be proven.
yeah.
Well, nothing in the world could be proven.
There's nothing saying that, the Greeks weren't right and we got Zeus up there controlling lightning. You can't you can't prove that is or is not a thing.
I'm coming from the standpoint of like super like skeptical, not sure where to go with it.
Right. Nobody does know, but I mean, it doesn't make you right or wrong whether what your beliefs are.
Oh, of course not. That's why I'm just trying to feel you out,
I feel
and put reason behind things that the population could be growing. There's other planets.
You're stuck
alien
on
life.
that, though. You're stuck on the whole population thing.
Well,
there's
because
souls everywhere. Think about how vast the universe is, and maybe there's other universes.
That's what I just said.
Many of, I'm just saying,
over
you're
here?
stuck though.
No, I'm not. I'm stuck on the idea. I'm not stuck on doesn't make sense. I'm just trying to talk it out.
Okay, so my theory would be like when I was little and I came up with my own little thing was like, we are here, we're experiencing all this stuff, but we've made the deal to come here. Like, let's say, and to put it in context, I'm thinking of, let's say you, me, and Nick, because we're all related. We're all sitting there playing a video game, and this is the video game. This life is the video game, right? So we're like, oh, I'm going to do so good in this video game, but when we get here, we're obviously not allowed to remember that we're playing a video game. So our souls, in theory, are remotely, playing this game. So let's say Steve dies and he's on the other side and he's like, shit, I made the wrong decision in that one. Just kind of like in Pitfall when you're playing a game or something and you like fall in the swamp. So now you're on the other side and you have both knowledge of what's going to happen ahead of me, behind me, and on both sides of me, and you're like all up there, and you're like rooting me on, and you're like, oh no, don't go in that direction, Danielle, because you don't see what's coming, but I do, and life goes on, and then I die, and you're like, oh shit, she made the wrong decision, and then I'm there with you playing the video game, and we're both watching Nick. You know what I'm saying?
But you didn't get a chance to reincarnate?
You were too busy watching the show to be a part of the show.
No, we could continue it. It was just a theory.
Like put more money in
when I was
Game
little.
Over.
No, and it consistently happens. Not that we're really playing a video game, but like
No,
this is like the game.
Maybe that's why everyone calls it the game. You got to play the game.
The game of life.
The game of life. Which is a board game I've never fucking played.
I have. It's got little people. It's got like a stick figure with just a head, and you put them in the car.
What's the concept of it?
I don't remember. I just remember the figures.
Roll dice and hope you get the best life.
I don't even think
Well,
it's
that's
dice.
what we're
I
doing
think
now.
there's a spinner.
We're doing that now. We're just seeing what the fuck happens. Maybe that game.
Yeah, but for the most part, we all
want to
be right. We all want to do the right thing. Pretty much for the most part.
To me, there's always the question is, yes, everyone thinks we should do the right thing and, do the morally right thing, but is that thing actually morally right? Or is that something that's just been indoctored into our minds throughout thousands of years, millennia even, of teaching religion to kids at a young age? Are we teaching morals? And has that thing just been something that has been just basically has stuck with the human race at this point? Then now we believe it's a right thing because someone 20,000 years ago was like, this is the right thing.
Now you're talking the Tao. The Chinese believe in the Tao.
Yeah, DAO, right?
TAO.
Oh.
It's the Tao. That's how you say it.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I don't read up on it.
So basically, if I was to put it into one sentence, it is. And it's a very small sentence. It just is. So you're standing next to me killing somebody. I'm not going to hold judgment on you. It's not my moral. I wouldn't do that particularly, but it just is. It happened. And don't let that affect your life. Don't let that affect my life. It just happened. And so that's how, the Tao works. You're not supposed to be affected by others because they are a part of, we're all a part of one consciousness, I think, if I can remember. The Tao is very hard to follow, and it's very hard to.
Was it written in Chinese or?
Yeah, I'm sure, but
yeah,
I read up on it in English, but it was so long ago. I don't
also
remember.
like
translated
ancient,
wrong.
Yeah, in ancient Chinese, so even that probably has lost some translation. Like when a lot of things are written in like ancient Latin, and it's like, oh, well, it's translated wrong for like the modern tongue, and now everything's a little confusing.
Yeah, it's no different than I tell you a story, you tell it a little
I
differently
don't know.
later.
I feel like
Yeah, it's a game of telephone.
they're pretty. No, I don't know. They're pretty ancient in their beliefs. I feel like things have been passed down pretty nicely.
Allegedly, until somebody tweaks it for maybe one of their rulers over there decided to tweak it in his benefit.
Yeah, okay. I'm just
change history.
Theory.
No, I know you, but I'm just giving you another theory on your theory.
Right, but as far as Nick is saying, did we just teach morals? Yeah, we did just teach morals. And like I said, it could be dated back to the Romans. Who the hell knows where these morals came from? But why is killing in war okay when it's not you can't kill your brother?
Because it's not. Yeah. It's for the financial benefit in one way or another of people.
Right.
Yeah.
So where are the morals? Where does the moral?
Oh, we can push it aside if you got what I want. What about the whole religious wars, the religious crusades?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Like, we chose that, like, you should fucking believe me, so I'm going to kill you.
Right.
That's okay because I deemed it okay.
Yeah,
it's for my God.
Yeah, because God told them.
Right.
It's all fucked up.
But then I have another theory. So let's say we're in a car accident, right? And our spirit leaves our body. All the chaos that's going on and everything. And then true death happens. And then the spirit is now in an alternate universe where seamlessly they're still on the car ride that they were once on, but in this life.
I don't want to cut you off, but what do you mean by true death?
So let's say I get in a car accident.
Yeah.
And, some people say they float above their body and blah, 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 blah. Well, at some period, they go somewhere else.
Oh, so you're dead.
So now you're dead. Right?
Okay. Oh, no, I just want to establish what that meant.
Because perhaps there's this waiting period where, they'll give you a chance to come back or you're waiting for your loved ones.
You're in the lobby.
You're in the lobby there.
Yeah, you rang the doorbell. Not sure if everyone's fucking home to let you in.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a lot of chaos going on. So now, really completely dead. And really, you're just still on that drive. I'm on that same drive that I didn't get in the car accident with, but perhaps I had that near-death thing that might have happened to me. I was like, oh, that was a close call, but really it wasn't a close call. And in the last segment of like the last dimension, perhaps I died.
So in that basically multi-universe,
kind of, yeah.
You do kind of live a different life, but it's also the same life.
Like you never knew anything happened, and all your familiars are the same. I don't know. It's just a thought.
Yeah, but when you go into this new body, would you be like, oh man, I can't believe I died in that last one? Or would you
you're just
completely
driving along and you're like getting to your destination?
So essentially you are still dead. You as in the one who was
here.
Yeah, you as in the one who was in that life.
Well, not you, but your body. Or yes, you.
Well, no, you, because in this one you didn't die, but it also doesn't say that you didn't make other past different choices. So all your experiences then are like you yourself is different. And if you don't remember you yourself, the dead one, then that dead one is fully dead.
Yeah, you kind of just segued into that new life.
Yeah,
established dead.
True dead. Yeah.
Right.
Almost like, what was that show we liked? Travelers.
So wait, I forgot to mention that in my other one where you live that long life and you're completely exhausted of, you're just old and like all your other realities are like, non-existent. In that case, maybe you come back into that next life as a baby.
And what, start over?
Yeah.
Don't remember anything, give it a go?
Yeah. I'm totally, that's my theory now.
So you're like, fuck.
Actually, my real theory is we just reincarnate because of karma. But these are two other possibilities that I've gone through in my lifetime after reading the Bible.
So Nick, how do you explain like people that psychic mediums? Liars?
They're also part of that like small percentage of my mind that just can't.
Oh, so you're not dead.
Yeah,
set
like,
on. Not dead. You're dead.
No,
dead set.
Yeah.
On.
Call me like 75% to 80% saying, well, there ain't nothing left, and that last like quarter, 20 to 25% is like, well, I can't explain that again. That kid that remembers being a pilot in a world war. I can't explain this psychic medium. I can't explain what goes bump in the night. Like I can't explain these. Like
a lot of those can be explained.
Yeah, but like I can't explain.
Yeah, we've looked.
I can't explain every ghost. Like people do.
Speaking
have
of fucked up ghosts, I'm pretty sure one of those episodes, the kid remembered being like an old person, going to somebody's house, digging in a certain spot and finding like a box of like money. Or something, or like things he put there. Remember?
Oh, the ghost within my child.
Yeah, that show back then, and he went on someone else's property, or it was his property, I guess, and was like, no, like this is mine, and dug it up and like found shit claimed he
Maybe
put
like
there.
a time capsule or something.
Yeah, that was like some fucked up
Yeah,
shit.
that's part of that like 20% that I can't fucking explain.
Well, then how does that not sway you? Like, how is that not your 50% as opposed to your
because
20?
I'm still.
That's why I'm 0% on anything, because things are too fucked up out there to even know.
I feel like you're committed on something. You're just too guarded to open it up to us.
No, I'm not committed on shit. I want the idea of a heaven where I get to see, I keep telling you, to see everybody do things, enjoy life, or enjoy the afterlife, whatever.
I know, but that's because you're a Virgo. You continuously overthink.
Yeah, whatever, unthinker.
I don't have to think. I have you for that.
Yeah, so let me overthink.
You're my thinker.
What the fuck's going to happen to you when you die?
Yeah.
Besides, I'm going to throw your ashes in the
on
air.
a tree.
No.
A tree.
LeBron them.
Fucker.
I'm just going to shoot them bitches everywhere.
I will come back and haunt you from my next life.
I'm going to put them in a milkshake because I love ice cream.
Ew, you're going to eat me?
Again.
Okay.
But yeah, so even though I can't explain it, to me, it's not like enough. There are not enough stories for me to be like, oh, like this is something true. It's just like there's not enough going on that I'm like, oh, my ideas have to be wrong because of these
That was
stories.
a little loud, huh?
What you got there?
Full send slammer.
But yeah, so I mean, there's so many possibilities. And I know, like, you know, most of our friends and family, they're like Christians and stuff. You probably believe.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what they believe. Now, is there any other things we didn't, I'm sure they are, we didn't touch on? Ideas out there? I didn't take the time to look.
Yeah,
But
there's
throw me
probably
another
so many.
idea, and let me see if it makes any type of sense.
Well, a lot of religions all touch on the same.
Yeah, everybody's
Stories.
pretty much kind of like,
You can even go to the very secluded Aztec and Mayans, and they still have a heaven and hell.
I guess it's really the only options out there.
Wait,
Is
again,
reincarnation, heaven or hell, or nothing?
I don't know. What did the Indians believe?
I mean, that's like a,
They believed in
you're grouping a lot of
4
things
Earths,
into
and
that.
that's all I really know about the Indians.
I think they believed in some type of reincarnation.
Oh, and Ghost. I forgot Ghost.
I think they want, like, that's why they're like animal spirits. They want to get reincarnated as.
Shape shifting.
Yeah, the Indians had it all. But I still think they did also have basically a heaven and hell.
So if you have any thoughts of your own, you know, if you have a brain up there, any thoughts whatsoever, reach out to us on Instagram and Facebook at The Beer Latte Show, Twitter at Beer Latte, or our email, thebeerlatteshow@gmail.com, and let us know what you believe, whether theory, true thoughts, or anything. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. This drip all on my body, soaking wet the sunny. Looking like a